it was really nice, but I didn't see myself doing that for like my life, right? And I think what really helped me move my trajectory from Singapore to New York was that I ended up doing my first ever sports event in Singapore. And that was a WTA finals. Women's Tennis Association has the year-round championship.
Okay.
And where the top 10 players of that year ranking come and compete. Okay, so this is Serena Williams, Maria Sharapova, Simona Halep, Wozniacki, all of them in Singapore for like a week competing. And I just get to volunteer for it. And then I go and then I see Sania Mirza and Cara Black and like everybody is there and Billie Jean King is there. And it was just absolutely crazy because I was just like, okay, what? At one point, so my day one, I was on the court and I had to go keep towels, okay? And so basically you had to get, assigned for what duty you wanted. And when I went for my interview and I said, just give me something the closest to the courts, right? So instead of giving me venue operations and things like that, they gave me court operations. So I just stick to the court.
Okay.
That was my job. So during practice, the court is my baby. I have to make sure, it's clean, the bottles are there, the balls are there, the towels are there, the practice schedule is on time and like...
Out of running.
Yeah, and the players are on time and like, have to tell the player nicely, 15 minutes before that the next person's going to come in and stuff like that. And that was my dream. I think that was everything to me, right? So my first day, I go and I am just sitting there and they tell me, okay, Shichi, showtime. And then we go and I'm like, okay. And so this is a main practice hall, okay, main practice court. It was in Singapore Indoor Stadium, okay? That's where all the awards and like everything else happens, okay? So we were there. And like now cut to, right, like deja vu. My IFA was here and now my second event is here and this is a sports event. And I enter and there's Serena Williams looking gorgeous in her black outfit and she's sipping this juice. She has her tiffin box and she wants a towel. And I'm there rolling towels. And I was just like, okay, dude, so I want to be a professional tennis player, right? And I couldn't. And that broke my heart. But I was just like, okay, I am here, middle of the court, and Serena Williams right here, right? If I can just be here without being a tennis player, I think it's a sign. Like God's just telling me, like, okay, hey, there are other things you can do if you still want to share space with her. That's when things just turned around, the entire event. I was with people. Like I'm sitting next to you. I was like this close to people.
Wow.
Billie Jean King met me. I met like some of the most amazing legends. Okay, like I'm talking about Martina Navratilova level. They were all there. This event was going on. It was me working 16 hours a day. I would just go home, nap, come back, shower with clean clothes and come back. I didn't miss a day. I didn't miss a moment. I think I recall everything so clearly because I was just living.
And for how long did it span?
A week.
A week.
A week.
Okay, so for whole of the week,
yeah,
you work for 16 hours every
day. Yeah. If given a chance, if they allowed me to stay at the stadium, I would. But they said go home, just lock up. Because see, that's what it is, right? When you're really obsessed with something, when you're passionate about something, it's like a junoon. So you have to do it. I mean, I'm not going to miss it for the world, right? Like what if Serena Williams needs, like she comes for practice or she wants me at like 3 a.m. and I'm not there. So, I mean, it would sound really childish, but then it was, what it was. And I missed my meals because I still wanted to be on court and I wanted to see who's hitting the tennis balls. And like, I have so many of those collected. Like they're used tennis balls.
Souvenir.
Yeah, and then I use those for them to sign also.
Okay.
So I have a lot of them, and like I think for a week I played with their old tennis balls. When I would come back, my dad and I would go hit, and I would use their used balls, and I'd just be so proud. I'm like, whoa, Serena Williams, I got you. I'm gonna come for you, and which is what happened. Like that's when I started looking for sports programs. I was also reading Steve Jobs' book, Connecting the Dots.
Yeah.
And then I was writing it down. It was one fine day, I was talking to a friend who was already in the US. And she was like, it's such a big industry here. Like, what are you doing? And I was writing down, what do I want in life? I want to be really, really famous. Because I feel like when you're famous and you're powerful, you can make impact. right? And that's what I wanted. Like, it's not about the money for me. It's about that stature where I can be so influential that I can change things around, especially for kids in sport. That's the dream, like permanent dream. So that's what I thought. And then I think I started I started looking for schools and degrees. And I mean, now it's much better over the past 2 years because everyone is understanding there's a business side of sport. But like back in the day when I went, like 6 years ago, no one knew.
Absolutely, yeah.
So there was no, like, even when I told my dad, I said, Columbia has this program and it's amazing. And he was just like, are you mad?
Oh my God.
And yeah, because he was also not exposed to it.
So you mentioned to me that you played with those balls
Yeah.
with your dad.
Yeah.
So with this, what I'm able to conclude is that your dad was also into sports.
Oh yeah, my dad actually played. He was a boxer.
Oh my God.
He competed 82 Asian Games Delhi.
Okay.
So it's the bug that I get from him essentially. Like he was all about sport. He played hockey and boxing. And I think when he was growing up after university also, he stuck with it. He was really, really good. And I think the only reason why he left sport was because he saw this condition of people in India after they retire from sports.
Okay.
So he was scared about it, right? Like,
Yeah.
because like if our best athletes are dying on the road, that's not the life you want, right? So that's when he moved away. And till the time I was in India also, I think I was only allowed to compete in tennis.
Oh, so there was a certain period where you were in India as well.
Yes, I was in school and I competed in tennis. I played for Maharashtra. I played football as well.
Okay.
For
Maharashtra, okay. Maharashtra is a huge
yeah.
state, and since you're representing Maharashtra,
yeah.
says
So
that you were really good.
So these were my two sports. So like my dad had two sports, boxing and hockey. I had football and tennis. And I loved both sports.
Yeah.
And see, that's the thing, right? I don't know where the sports bug came from exactly, or like when it actually got activated. Because like when my dad was playing, and we moved to Bombay. So I was born in Indore, my sister was born in Delhi. So we were here for a while and then we moved to Bombay. And, I would still train with dad. Like he would still coach me, be it athletics or whatever. Badminton, I learned from him.
Okay.
I used to box also, but he never let me compete because, it was not okay. There were no competitions also at that time, like the big ones, unless I have to go to a small village and compete, which is a no-no because he's seen that side, so he's protective, right? But see, like when I was in school, till 10th I was here in Bombay. In my 8th grade, I went to the teacher and said, why are the boys playing football? And she was like, because they can play football. And so what does that mean? I want to play football too. And she was like, no. And so the thing is, okay, going back one more step, I studied at a girls' school called Canosa Convent.
Okay.
Andheri. And they were champions in football. That's where I picked football.
Okay.
I played for my house. Then like you go on, right? I didn't play for school and stuff like that. So Canosa was a really good football school. Okay, all girls. So it was a lot of fun. And, it was no distraction, right? When you're in a 3rd grade, 4th grade, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
So I learned sport there. And there was no division between boys and girls because it's an all-girls school. So for me, everyone plays football, right? Now, when I came to Gokul Dham, I had to basically switch from the state board to the ICSE board.
Yeah.
And coming from Delhi, my parents were obsessed with CBSE. So the next best thing was ICSE. There were not many CBSE schools at that time in Bombay. So that's what happened. Then I went to Gokul Dham and I started the football team there.
You started?
I started the football team. I fought with the coach. Yeah, I fought with the coach. He took me to the principal. The principal was like, now Shichi, what? She was very close to me. The teachers were fond of me because I was good. I was a good student and things, but I was very passionate about sports.
Yeah.
And then I went and I fought with my principal and I said, how dare you? Like you were telling me to go play Kho-Kho. I don't want to play Kho-Kho. She said, go play throw ball. I said, I don't want to play. I want to play football. Like, what's the problem? And I just, and she gave me 2 weeks and she said, okay, get people. And then, if they arrive on such and such day, there are 20 girls, we make your team and then you can start practice. So my friend and I went class to class, signed up people. There were about 30 names, but like on the day, like I think 10 showed up.
Okay.
So, which was not bad, one player shot, but like, 10 showed up, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, give me 2 more days. I'll convince other people and we'll at least get like 3-4 more girls, right? So started training, got them to make jerseys. They refused. So used the boys' jerseys. And I think the first competition was about 3 months later. And it was DSO championship, the district school
Okay.
championship, and so that's where we competed. That was my first time I got featured in a newspaper also for starting this up and things. So there have been multiple, occasions in different phases of life where sports just not left me. So I think it's the thing for me.